As a hobby? Hello? I don't know about that.
We're very used to hearing about young men's negative views.
Young women don't like men. Gentlemen, true or false? Be honest with me. Do you feel loved? Do you feel valued? Do you feel like the ladies are being good to you? I'm not a young woman. You can still tell if you feel like that the younger ladies, do they appreciate you? Do they care for you? Are they nice to you? Never have been. Oh, don't say it like that. Oh, oh.
We're very used to hearing about young men's negative views of young women, but this really struck me because we found that, 72% of young men have a favourable view of young women.
I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, men will always love women if they are at least meet them in the middle, you know? Men will always want to have girlfriends, wives, and everything. They just don't want to be constantly lectured about everything. They don't want to be patronized. They don't want to talk down to. And they don't want to be used as like a wallet only. You know? Do you appreciate us? I appreciate you.
7%, so not very many really, have an unfavourable view of young women. When it comes to women under 30, though, only 50% have a favourable view. The unfavourable view of men goes up to 21%. And then under 25 women, it's just 35% of young women who have a favourable view of men.
You know why this is funny? This shows something very important. So if you're under 25, you don't like men. You don't care about them. You don't give a fuck. When you become 30, you suddenly, it goes up to 50%. You know, it's like you're becoming a little bit older and it's just like, ooh. Yeah, it's like the Alice in Wonderland bunny. The time is running out. I guarantee you that 35-year-olds would have an even bigger percentage. You know? And then at 40, I think it actually changes because I think at 40 they become a little bit more bitter and they don't want to deal with men anymore. That's like around 40 is like, it's like a prime first husband divorce age. You know, when it's like, actually, I don't need a husband. I'm going to go to the Bahamas and sip cocktails and live my life because I have been tied down. You know?
Only 50% have a favourable view. The unfavourable view of men goes up to 21%. And then under 25 women, it's just 35% of young women who have a favourable view of men. And if you go into very favourable, it's just 11% of under 25 women. So we are looking.
So, okay. Under 25, you have 11% of finding a lady for you. Gentlemen, it's not looking good. Where are these stats from? I guess they probably went somewhere and they asked a bunch of girls, probably to like universities or something, and they were like, okay, boys of this age, girls of this age, something.
At an environment.
Yeah, like polling people is not that hard. It's an official polling group. We are cooked.
Where young women feel a lot more negatively towards young men than the other way around.
Well, young women will hate young men because they can't provide. Unfortunately, it's actually really funny in like a fucked up way, but women objectify men so much harder than men objectify women. It's different. For women, it's not about sex, it's about money. It's about financial freedom. It's about financial safety. Meanwhile, men obviously, they just want to get laid, right? It's just like, oh, you look good. I want to get laid. For women, it's like, I want to buy this. I want to buy that. I want to be taken out to a restaurant. I want pretty clothes. I want pretty shoes. It's about getting what they want. Yeah. Also status. That's why it happens that pretty young women date like super old ugly guys They might be super old and ugly, but they have money. And that's all they want. For that period, anyways. You know, they just want like baby daddies. The matriarchy is responsible for this. Young women today are super privileged, live life on an easy mode. I actually agree with this. And many of them are hating on men in order to gain further advantages and power. I agree with this. They are able to do this with no negative consequences. Instead, society supports it. It's true. I actually agree with this. This is probably the best time to be a woman. You have so much freedom. You have so much opportunities, and you still sort of have women. Like if you do something bad, people will find an excuse for you. You're not gonna be punished as harshly as a man. You can literally do any sort of crime. You will probably not go to jail. You know? You don't even need to be smart. You don't even need to be kind. And you can be rich. You can put out your body for sale. It's all watered down as well. Well, of course. And can we just all vibe and not fight? Not yet. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I don't think so. You know? It's almost like women are responding to the open misogyny that spread online thanks to Andrew Tate and the manosphere. The manosphere? Bro, does anyone still watch Andrew Tate? He's such a fucking creep. I feel like those are just like very salty, bitter incels who would watch Andrew Tate. Like he's so freaking weird. Some 13-year-olds. Why is it always the children? These young women didn't come up with the ideas themselves. Their mothers and teachers taught them those unfavorable views. It's as if females are self-sabotaging, thinking they are doing the good thing. The sad thing is that at the end of the day, I think every human is sort of wired that they want to have company, right? Like, you don't want to die alone. You want to have friends, you want to have a family, you want to have someone who is, like, you know, your parents don't live forever. That's why you get married. Now your wife or husband will be your family, and you will continue to live with them until you die. Because humans were meant to be social. No one is happy being alone. Like, that cannot be an end goal, to be alone. You know? It's not normal.
First child, like she's a
Husband hating on Instagram.
toddler. I've got a lot of parenting content coming through on Instagram Reels in particular, and it's a lot of women basically being so horrible about their husbands and the fathers of their children.
Totally.
You know, weaponized incompetence and all of these kind of buzz phrases.
Okay, to be fair, you guys do weaponize incompetence. When you go to the fridge, you're looking for the ketchup. It's right in fucking front of you, and you can't see it. You can't see it. Okay? The ketchup, it's there. It was there. It was there all along. It's not, we are telling, it's there. The ketchup is there.
This reminds me of that DoorDash woman who recorded a naked man saying she was assaulted while he slept.
Oh, God.
Just found out she just got indicted for court trial. Rip bozo.
But I am so happy that they are taking that case seriously. I am so happy. I would have hated it if she just gets away with it. It was so unfair. She needs to be punished. Like, I don't want her to go to jail, but she needs to get punished somehow. Just enough so that she learns that she was at the wrong. And she feels bad about it. She didn't get 8 years. No, go to jail. Where are the weak points in Pragmata? Don't turn this situation around. We are talking about you, buddy. Where is the ketchup? Where is the ketchup?
And I come off it, and I don't recognize that in my own partner or many people that I know, but I do get a sense that there is a lot of frustration and hatred for the opposite sex.
Oh my god, dude, I watched a video it was a new mom, well, sort of new mom, was talking about her marriage. And she was saying that she gave birth. And for the first 2 years of the child's life, she hated her husband. For 2 years. She said she didn't let her husband touch her. She didn't want to talk to her. She absolutely hated and despised him, and she wanted to divorce. And after 2 years, she finally feels like that she can look at her husband and not hate him. I don't think that's just hormones, man. That's a little bit more than hormones. You know? Did you say why? No, she was just very angry and she just deemed her husband to be not good enough, not be enough. I guess he didn't do the right things. Why did she marry him? I don't know. Okay, to be fair, you have to also take that into accounting that many times birth control changes your body chemistry. So how many times you hear about that some people get together, they're on birth control, they stop using birth control, the pills, because they want to have a baby, and your mind rewires itself and you don't see your partner the same way as you did while on birth control, because your hormones are like being held by the medication, right? And it turns out that, oh, I don't even like this guy at all. But like now you're married, you're trying for a baby, right? Link also agrees with this. Bark, 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 bark. Bark, 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 bark. Yeah, go get them, Link. Yeah, he has an opinion. That must be so awful. Like, imagine that you're doing nothing, you meet a girl, and suddenly your wife just starts hating you. You know? For no reason at all. And there's nothing you can do. There's literally nothing you can do. Link wants a girlfriend. I'm not sure if he wants that kind of stress in his life. Yeah, you breathe the wrong way, it's over. And then you have a baby, you're pregnant, your hormones are upside down, you give birth, there is like postpartum depression, your hormones are upside down. The worst is women will deny this and you aren't allowed to say it's true. I think it's horrible. I think this should be taken more seriously. It's not fair for a dude either. It's crazy.
Sex out there.
100%.
As a mum of a first child, like she's a toddler.
I actually, as a man, I would be scared to get my wife pregnant. Like, I know that people say that the child will always change everything. But holy shit, like my wife suddenly hating me for 2 years is too much of a change. You know? Too much. It's crazy. Women are fundamentally spiteful. I mean, I don't think so. I don't think that... it's not like women are born with it. I don't think so. That's way too negative. It's... I don't think so, but I definitely think that this could be a learned and conditioned trait. I guarantee you, if your mother and your teachers would raise you that, hey, you need men because you are one part and you need your other part and you should complement each other and you should respect each other. And it should go for both sides, right? Like it should go for men too. Like you should respect your wife, your girlfriend, your literally anything. Then that's how people would like treat each other. But right now, what do you hear? If you're a young girl on the internet, what do you hear? Date as much as you want. Get laid as much as you want. Go make that money, girl. Use men for their money. Get your OnlyFans. Be yourself. Don't listen to anyone. Have situationships. Date and get laid and I don't know. They don't really say that, oh yeah, you know, when you will have a husband, it will be very good for you or something. 9 million on OnlyFans. Bro, 1,000 men within an hour. Crazy. Crazy. The husbands are the ones making a mistake by not leaving them straight away. You know what? I think people should take marriage more seriously. I think if you marry someone, you should always try to fix it. You shouldn't just like leave it. I'm not saying that you should never like divorce. Like there are just people who are not meant to be together, but you should try. You shouldn't just be like, I changed my mind, I'm leaving my husband now. You know, like you shouldn't do that. The idea of talking things out is fucking dead. Yeah, you should always try to work it out. Find
Meanwhile,
solutions for
syphilis
it.
is making a comeback worldwide.
I don't think I'm in danger. I will be honest with you. I think I will be fine. Yeah, I might just be perfectly fine with this. I can't comment. No, I'm safe. Okay, this is perfectly fine. Yeah. I forgot which Ethel was crying about not finding a boyfriend when she's almost 40. Wasn't it Alinity? I think she was the one who was saying that she wants like a boyfriend, but she doesn't have one or something. Back it up, lads. You have a chance here. You absolutely have a chance here. It's more like I'm bored even. Oh, dude, that's the worst. You know what? That's such a good point. I guarantee you, many women divorce because they are bored. There is no excitement in their lives. They don't have the thrill. They are not traveling anywhere. They don't talk to their husband. And they just want they want to feel like teenagers again. They wanna be charmed and seduced and an exciting one night stand. And you throw years of work into the trash, along with that other person who loved you. It's like, how many times you hear it? Oh, my husband was great. He was just very boring. He was too good. He was too much of a nice guy, is what they usually say. Too much of a nice guy. Prenup before marriage should be more common. You know, I think people shouldn't even, like, if you're working and your husband is working, what's the point of sharing like the money when you're splitting? Then you have your own, he has his own. Of course, if there is children, you should like support the children together, but I don't know why. Like, it's not like the fucking 60s anymore. You don't have to give half of your thing to the woman. They have jobs. You know? You're spitting facts right now. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair. Like, if you are a housewife, then yeah, sure. If that's like your full job to raise the kids, because let's say you had 2 or 3 kids, you can't work, your husband is working, you get divorced, absolutely. But if you have a job and you have a job and, you know, it's like modern co-parenting, I don't know, man. I don't know. In Japan, the husband gets an allowance. We are moving to Japan, gentlemen. We are moving to Japan.